When it comes to the plant kingdom, we usually think of trees, bushes, flowers, and ferns. But that's just a tiny part of the story. There are all sorts of weird and wonderful plants out there that most people have never even heard of, like this one. What is going on here? Is this a plant or an animal? And if you thought of it as an animal, then you're only half right. This organism is known as a Portuguese shawl, and it is in fact a colony of single-cell organisms working together as one big multicellular organism. But despite being made up of many different cells, scientists actually classify these as plants because they photosynthesize. That means they use sunlight as energy, just like real plants. But with so many different types of weird plants out there, what could possibly be weirder than this? Well, how about this? It may look like some kind of alien creature straight out of a horror movie, but this is in fact a type of seaweed known as a bullwhip. Seaweed isn't actually a plant, but rather a type of algae. While algae do share some similarities with plants, such as the ability to photosynthesize, they also have some key differences. For example, algae are much simpler than plants. They lack the complex tissues and organs found in plants, such as roots, stems, and leaves. Algae also tend to be much smaller than plants and reproduce in a different way. Instead of using seeds or spores, algae reproduce via simple cell division. Even though they're not technically plants, however, algae play a very important role in our world, especially in the ocean. Just like plants, algae use photosynthesis to produce oxygen, which makes up around 50% of the oxygen we breathe. So next time you take a deep breath, you can thank the algae, but why don't we talk about other weird plants now? First, let's take a look at this one. You might think this is some kind of blue-green slime, but this is in fact a living plant known as blue-green algae. Blue-green algae get their name from their slimy, algae-like appearance and their blue-green color. These colors come from the pigments that the algae contain. This traps any insects that are unlucky enough to get caught inside. Venus flytraps typically eat their prey within a few hours, but they are able to hold on to their food for several days if needed. Venus flytraps are actually quite sensitive, which is why they only eat when they are sure that they have caught something worthwhile. If they eat too much vegetation or non-living things, this can harm the plant. To avoid this, Venus flytraps have special receptors that allow them to sense the difference between solid objects and liquids. They also release a chemical that kills insects once they've been trapped. This allows the Venus flytrap to obtain the nutrients it needs without being harmed by the insect's body. But no list of weird plants would be complete without mentioning this one. Rafflesia arnodi is the largest flower in the world, and this thing stinks. The plant is named after two British explorers, Sir Stamford Raffles and Joseph Arnold, who discovered it in Indonesia in 1818. The flower is very rare and can only be found in the wild in a small area of Sumatra. When the flower first blooms, it looks like a giant white mushroom. As it matures, the petals turn a deep red color and the flower begins to stink like dirty socks. This is to attract flies and other insects that help pollinate the flower. Rafflesia arnoldi is a parasitic plant and it needs a host to survive. The roots of the plant attach to the stem of a nearby vine and the flower grows out of the side of the vine. The flower is huge, growing up to 3 feet in diameter and weighing up to 24 pounds. The stench is so bad that people sometimes faint when they smell it. Despite its size and smell, the flower is very delicate and only lasts for a few days. When the flower wilts, it turns black and falls to the ground where it decomposes. Rafflesia arnoldi is an endangered species due to habitat loss, and it is illegal to sell or trade the plant or its parts. But hey, maybe this one will make up for the smelly Rafflesia. This is known as a bat flower and gets its name from its appearance. The flower is shaped like a bat with wings outstretched, and it can grow up to 6 inches long. Bat flowers are native to the Philippines, and they are only found in a small area of Luzon Island. The flower grows on a shrub, and each flower only lasts for a few hours. The petals of the flower are very thin and delicate, and they are covered with tiny hairs. This gives the flower a fuzzy appearance and helps to trap insects that pollinate the flower. Bat flowers come in a variety of colors, including white, yellow, and pink. However, the most common color is red. The flower's colors come from anthocyanins, which are water-soluble pigments that are produced by plants. Anthocyanins are responsible for the red, purple, and blue colors of many fruits and vegetables, including blueberries, raspberries, and eggplant. The red color of the bat flower is thought to attract bats, which are the main pollinators of the flower. Bats are attracted to the flower's dark color, and they are also drawn to the flower's strong scent. The scent of the bat flower has been described as a sweet, musky odor. This is similar to the scent of some types of bat urine. This is thought to be an adaptation that helps to ensure pollination by bats. Once a bat lands on the flower to drink its nectar, pollen is transferred from the bat to the flower. When the bat flies away, pollen is released and the flower is pollinated. Another weird plant that smells is the corpse flower. This plant gets its name from its appearance and its smell. The flower grows in a tropical climate and it is often found in rainforests. The flower grows on a shrub and it can grow up to 10 feet tall. The petals of the flower are very large and they are covered with tiny hairs. This gives the flower a hairy appearance and helps to trap insects that pollinate the flower. Corpse flowers come in a variety of colors, including white, yellow, and purple. However, the most common color is red. The flower's colors come from anthocyanins, which are water-soluble pigments that are produced by plants. Anthocyanins are responsible for the red, purple, and blue colors of many fruits and vegetables, including blueberries, raspberries, and eggplant. The red color of the corpse flower is thought to attract beetles, which are the main pollinators of the flower. Beetles are attracted to the flower's dark color, and they are also drawn to the flower's strong scent. The scent of the corpse flower has been described as a sweet, musky odor. This is similar to the scent of some types of bat urine. This is thought to be an adaptation that helps to ensure pollination by beetles. Once a beetle lands on the flower to drink its nectar, pollen is transferred from the beetle to the flower. When the beetle flies away, pollen is released and the flower is pollinated. If you know of any other weird plants that should have made it into this video, then let me know down below. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching.